Hello everybody, how are you guys doing? Hope everybody is doing amazingly well. Welcome back to another amazing lesson of English with Ashish. In this lesson we are going to master compound subjects. We are going to understand what a compound subject is, how it is formed, when it is used, and everything about it. So make sure you watch the lesson until the end. It's going to be fun, it's going to be informative. I'm excited as always. I know you guys are too. Let's do it. Alright, everybody. Now let's understand what exactly a compound subject is. A compound subject, as the name goes, compound is a combination of what? Of two or more, generally two subjects. A compound subject is a combination of two or more subjects that share the same verb or predicate. So it's a combination of two subjects or more, generally two, that perform the same action or that share the same predicate. Okay. So the subjects that are added in a compound subject, alright, that are in a compound subject are put together with a conjunction. Generally, the conjunction is and. The subjects in a compound subject are joined together with and or, but we can also use some other conjunctions which we'll talk about going forward. All right. Now, let's take some examples and understand this. So we have two examples here on the screen. David works for Apple India. Max works for Apple India. So we have two sentences, complete sentences, where somebody is working for a certain company. And in the second sentence as well, somebody else is working for the same company. So these are two pieces of information, right? But there is a lot of similarity, which is both these subjects are performing the same action, right? Which means the predicate of both these sentences is the same. And that is when we need a compound subject so that we can remove the redundancy, right? So instead of saying David works for Apple India, Max works for Apple India, we can simply say David and Max work for Apple India. So David and Max is my compound subject. So it has two subjects, David and Max, brought together using this conjunction and they both share the same verb. David also works for Apple India and Max also works for Apple India, right? So when we add two subjects or more than two subjects using the conjunction and, it forms a plural subject and hence the verb has to be plural as well. Okay, let's look at more examples. My father and I don't see eye to eye on so many different subjects. My father and I don't see eye to eye on so many different subjects. See eye to eye, guys. See eye to eye is an expression that means to agree, right? To be on the same page. Don't see eye to eye means like we don't agree. Okay, so it basically means my father and I do not agree on different matters, different subject matters. Okay, so who doesn't agree? My father, first subject, and I, second subject, brought together using the conjunction and they both are sharing the same predicate. Don't see eye to eye on so many different subjects. Okay, so this is the first way to form a compound subject using the conjunction and. We can add two subjects or more than two using the conjunction and. Let's take another example. Dedication, passion, and perseverance are needed to be successful in life, which is very accurate, right? So three things are needed: dedication number one, passion number two, and perseverance number three. So when you add more than two subjects together with the conjunction and or any other conjunction which is usually and or, right, we use commas to separate them, right? Comma, and before the last one we use the conjunction which is and or. Okay, so this is the first way to form a compound subject. The second way to form a compound subject is to use the conjunction or, right? These are coordinating conjunctions and or, these are coordinating conjunctions. Okay, let's look at the example. You or I will have to do this. You or I will have to do this. So this is our compound subject, you or I. So it has two subjects, you and I. Okay, now one thing you have to keep in mind, So whenever you form a compound subject using the conjunction or, the verb is always going to follow what comes after or. Okay, let me show you some examples and make you understand. So if I say you or I, mm, a good person, you or I am a good person, you or I am a good person. Okay, my friends or my teacher know this, or knows this. So after or we have a singular subject, so I'm going to say knows this. Okay, so if I use a plural subject after or, I'm going to use a plural verb. So let's say I or you uh, are serious about it, are serious about it. Okay, so whatever comes after the conjunction or is going to be the subject of the verb. Okay, this is something that you have to keep in mind. Okay, let's move to the second one, which is either or. Either or, right? It's a correlative conjunction, either or. Now, what is the difference between A or B and either A or B? So A or B is a little open, all right? It means one out of two, A or B, and it is also, it could also mean that both of them. Okay, but when you say either A or B, it restricts, the word either restricts the meaning. It strictly means just one option out of the given two options. Okay, so let's look at the example. Either you or I am going to be selected. Am going to be selected. So this is my compound subject. Either you or I. So either you or I, and the verb is going to follow I. Am going to be selected. The same thing is going to happen here. The verb is going to follow what comes after or. Okay, either you or I am going to be selected. This is the second way to form a compound subject, right? With either or. Actually, the third way. Let's move to another way, which is neither nor. Neither nor is used to form a compound subject when you are negating two options, right? You are negating two options as the subject. Okay, let's look at the example and understand this. Neither Tina nor Ria, this is my compound subject. Neither Tina nor Ria knows that I have a girlfriend, which I don't. I'm just lying. I'm just making this stuff up. I don't have a girlfriend, okay? Just for the fact. Neither Tina nor Ria, okay? Neither Tina nor Ria, not this, not even this one, knows that I have a girlfriend. So when you want to negate two subjects, use neither nor and form a compound subject. Okay, the same thing is going to happen here. The subject that comes after nor is the one that the verb is going to follow. Okay, Ria knows. Neither you nor Ria knows. If I say neither Ria nor I, then I'm going to say no. If I change the verb, neither Ria nor I am a dancer. Okay, this is how we use neither nor. All right, so this is what a compound subject is. It's a combination of two subjects or more, two or more added with a conjunction. That could be a coordinating conjunction and or a correlative conjunction. Either or, neither nor. You can also use both and. So it is just like and. If I say John and Max are on the team. On the team. I can also say both John and Max are on the team, right? both just restricts the meaning, right, or makes it clearer. Okay, that's what it does. It's not different from and in any way. Okay. Now one more thing, the subjects that you have in a compound subject can be a simple subject or a complete subject, which means it can be just one word or a phrase. For an example, let's say my mother and her friend from Pune love watching, let's say, watching TV. Okay. So my mother, a phrase where mother is the simple subject, one word. Her friend from Pune, a phrase, noun phrase where friend is the simple subject. So in your compound subject, the subjects that you have in the compound subject can be simple subject or complete subject, right? You want to know more about it, go to my website, right? And there is a detailed post on compound subject, and on the right you see a book as well, right? This book, you see this book, you can buy this book. It's about tenses in detail, right? Everything about tenses scientifically done. You can buy this book and learn tenses in detail. And this is the post about compound subjects, right? There's so many examples and things that you don't know. So you want to know more about compound subjects, check this post and you will get to know more. All right. So that's about today's lesson, guys. And if you liked the video, give it a like. New to the channel, make sure you subscribe to it. Share the video with others and it's going to help them as well. And if you have any question, any query, let me know in the comment section below. And yeah, I'll help you. And I'll see you guys very soon. Till then, keep learning. I'm out. Namaskar.